We're in my home in Denver, Colorado. This is my carriage house where I live. Nathan Lund, one of my best friends. He lives across the way. We've lived here for about 3 years. Got my championship title here. Denver Comedy Champion. I've held on to this for the last 6 months. I'm 4-0. Some would say I could defend the title more often, but, you know, the big fights, they take a long time to be put together, the title matches. There's a lot of red tape. The lawyers have to get involved. Kevin and Mara live above Nathan.
I live, so where that fire escape is, I'm right there. That's my office.
All right. Office. This is my patio. We call it Little Havana.
I've been to Denver a couple times. A lot of great people. You got Old Man Jenkins upstairs. You got Tummy Two-Tone in the basement.
Looks fake, doesn't it? Get that butt. Get that butt.
The Denver scene is probably one of the friendliest. Oh, yeah. If you are also friendly, right?
Yeah, everyone's real kind. Everyone's real stoned.
Yeah.
This is just the coolest place, I think, in the country for comedy. Us in San Francisco, I think we throw it down pretty hard. We're not trying to stab you. There's no one here. There's no industry. There's nothing here to make you be like, hey, him. I'm going to stab him in the back and get whatever I want. You know, like we're a family here.
Here you can be kind of a big fish in a medium-sized pond and get tons of stage time, work really hard. And it's also like a bigger sense of camaraderie here. I think people want to see each other do well. That's definitely what makes this place a little bit more special. We get tons of stage time. We get free weed from our sponsors a lot.
So here we go. We've got some great Denver Relief brand biodiesel. Killer Denver weed. I smoke it and they're paying me for it, literally. Gravity Bomb. A Denver institution, everyone. Just like me, Sam T. Look at all this weed, y'all! Yeah. Jesus! Oh man, feels like someone cracked an egg right in my thorax. These are all of my best friends. This is such a dream come true. It's stupid.
The coolest to do this, especially back here.
Yeah.
Because usually back here all we do is smoke weed and play Settlers of Catan.
I really think stand-up now is like the fourth wave of American punk rock. Like, it's just a bunch of people on the road, like, honoring favors to friends, like, keeping promises, sleeping on floors, doing shows for gas money, like, man, yeah, I just love stand-up so much, man. It's the best. We're gonna go fire it up and make this money. In 5 minutes, you need to be seated, all right? Get a cold one, spark it up, top an E-tap, whatever you gotta do. Finger banging is encouraged. Oh my God. I might poop someone else's pants, man. I am turnt right now. I'm a little afraid, honestly. I've been high before, but this is like the kind of high that you go home from work from. This will ruin your shift at Jimmy John's. There's the right amount of LSD where you eat a Starburst and you realize that love is the answer and compassion is the key and we're all one, you know? And then there's the wrong amount of LSD where you eat a Starburst and then you just wander around the neighborhood ruining quinceañeras you were not invited to. There's that. And I was that guy on LSD in Lawrence, Kansas recently, everybody. And if LSD came with a handbook, all it would say would be, have fun, throw on some fog hat, or if you're younger, 311. And whatever you do not consume in Kansas. That's all it would say on there. And I ate some in Kansas, and I'm in the back of this car, right? And I'm just cruising in the back of this cosmic turtle. And we get pulled over by a cop, and he comes up to our window, even though at the time I considered going up to his window. I don't know if anyone's ever made that move, but it is right there. And he says to the driver a very simple question. He says, license and registration. And the driver gives him the complete wrong answer to that question. Because when the cop says, license and registration, the driver says, those aren't things I have. That's what he said. So that's a direct quote. Those aren't things I have. Where do we go from here? That's what he said. And when he said that, like you, I started giggling real hard. And the cop hits me with the flashlight, and I go full raccoon. And that is not what a cop wants to see in the back of a car. It's a 300-pound nocturnal predator. So he asked me my name, right? He's like, what's your name? And here's the thing. I'm on drugs in a different state. My ID is folded up really fine and shoved right up my urethra. You know, my name, it's fake name time, Piggy, right? But here's the thing, I'm on a lot of drugs, so I'm like, my name?
What's today?
Diablo! That was the first name that came to mind, and I wrote it out. I saddled up that reindeer, and I wrote it from rooftop to rooftop. And he's a professional cop, though, right? So he said, all right, spell it, smartass. And I said, D, as in Diablo! I am Diablo! A, as in anybody seen Diablo? B as in boysenberry. L as in El Diablo. And oh, there's your gun. Here's my hands. That's the time I joined the Aryan Brotherhood in Kansas, everybody. That's right. Who's ready for a TV show? Come on, everybody. Denver comedy, blood in, blood out. Let's get this show started right now. This is Vice. Welcome. We're in Greece right now.
Welcome to Vice News.
We're making a pipe bomb. We didn't have any pipes, so we're making a bong. Crush it, yours. Crush it, yours. Crush it, yours. Crush it, yours.
You know, that went better than I thought it was going to. All right.
Aaron Urist, everybody.
What's happening, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to this cold-ass courtyard. Recently, I've been hearing people use the phrase white girl wasted a lot. But like it's a fun thing to do. Like it's a destination for a quality evening. Solid weekend. Let's get white girl wasted tonight. Woo! It's Friday. And I don't want to do that with you. That sounds terrible. Do we have to? Is that the best we can do? I want to get Japanese businessman wasted. I want to get recently divorced mall Santa wasted. It's better types of wasted to be. I want to get magician who accidentally actually disappeared a child wasted. Panic drunk, we can do better. White girls don't have that much to teach us. Having a good time. Not to offend the white girls. I know you've had it rough recently. It's okay, though. You won't remember this, so.
I started comedy here in Denver, Colorado 12 years ago, and I still live here. You get to a certain level in comedy, and you're expected to sort of graduate and move on to a bigger scene. You know, I started to get all the things that you want as a comic, like the Comedy Central spots, and my friends and I have a TV show coming out, and we did it all from Denver. So I was always just like, well, why? Why do I have to move to LA or New York to quote-unquote make it? Stage time's incredible. You can get up so much here. It's allowed me and other comics that you'll see on the show to just really get to a high level.
Vice rented 2 porta potties for this event. They don't realize that this is Colfax. This is a street that Playboy named the most wicked street in America. This is the boulevard of broken dreams. This is hobos and Kerouac and now condos and terrible things. I guarantee you there is a APB out to every homeless person on the Front Range. From Fort Collins to Pueblo. 2 fresh hits your comedy show. Get to them. Clean up there. Wash yourself. They'll be gone by morning. Every Greyhound station is a buzz about these 2 Buyer beware. Just, if girls, take a guy with you to that. Don't do it alone.
I recently was in a PetSmart commercial, guys, because my career is skyrocketing. So I was in this PetSmart commercial, and it was actually really cool, like airing all over the place. But my brother got a call from a friend of his, this black lady who lived deep in the South, who told him that she liked my commercial. She saw it and she liked it, but she didn't like how white she thought I was talking in the commercial, which pissed me off, because I only had 2 lines in the commercial. The first line was, "This is our flea and tick section." And the second line was, "How bad is your infestation?" Are you supposed to black that up? Like, what does she want me to do? I'm a corporate spokesperson for a pet company. She just want me to be the worst, most stereotypically terrible PetSmart employee ever. Just like, psst, hey, you like parakeets? Got the hook up on them keats. It's like slanging mixtapes in the back by the fish. Hey, homie, hey, you'll come back after we close, man. We gonna fight all these dogs. It's ridiculous. It made me so mad. Because what kind of stupid, self-hating is that? You know what I mean? Like, because here's the thing, right? When you're black, however you dress, however you talk, whatever you like, whatever you're into, is black. Because you're black. And when you're black, you're always black. Like, what does she think? The police won't beat the shit out of you because you're wearing Ugg boots? Get the out of here.
Guys might have noticed Sam helped me up on stage. I have a disability. I have cerebral palsy. It's just a very sexual gimp. It's very sexual. You're welcome. It affects my life. I have a lot of people, mostly the biggest problem is I have a lot of people say a lot of dumb things to me. For instance, like Sunday morning, I had this couple come up to me. You could tell they were dressed really nice, had their gold crosses on. You could tell they just came from church. I'm like, oh, these people. And they're like, oh, sweetie, did you hurt your foot? Did you hurt yourself? And they're trying to be helpful, and I appreciate that. So I was kind to them. I was like, no, I'm fine. Thank you so much. I did not hurt my foot. I was actually born this way. God hurt my foot. So just, he's quite the craftsman. You know, like, tell him I said thank you. He's really good.
I've been in a lot of relationships, and like I always thought I had a good grasp of like what love is and like selfless love. But I recently saw something that made me rethink all that. I was in line to get some bagels at this bagel shop everybody goes to get bagels on Saturday morning after they hooked up on Friday night, which totally makes sense. Bagels are the perfect post-hookup breakfast, because brunch, you gotta wait in line for like 2 hours, and then it can take an hour to eat. You're like, holy this is like 3 hours of enduring this mistake. But a bagel, you can like power eat a bagel under duress. Like, well, I'm never doing this again. I'm just gonna swallow this whole like a snake and then leave this. Anyway, so I'm standing by this couple. It's these two dudes. They're standing there. They got their arms around each other. And the one dude takes the other guy's hoodie drawstring and starts like playing it over his face, the hoodie wearer's face. Like, how about this? And then he starts feeding it to him. He starts putting it in the guy's mouth, like putting the hoodie drawstring in his mouth. And I'm watching all this silently, and the only thing I can think is, I have never been in love in my life. Like, ever. I've never even like been close to loving another person. Holy you tried to feed me my own hoodie drawstring? I don't want me not getting bagels. We're never speaking again. I would just turn silently and walk out to my car.
Yeah, me and Sammy, we've known each other since 9th grade, man.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, we've started a fraternity together.
Yeah.
We slept together at football camp. A bunch of weird roughnecks back then.
Now you're the best man at my wedding.
Yeah. I was in a lift the other day. I got in this lift. It was an old white woman driving it. It was a minivan. And I get in, and this white lady, she looks me up and down, and she says, "Do you mind Christian music?" And she said it so bitchy that I couldn't take that, so I was like, "No, turn it up, because that's the kind of person I am." And then in my head, I'm like, "Why are you arguing this? Is this the hill you want to die on, David?" "Yes, it is." So what I did to get under her skin, I started pretending like I knew the words. Which is surprisingly easy with Christian music. While I was singing those songs, it made me realize Christian music is a major reason I think God might not be real. Why is it so bad? Why is it so bad? Like, you could convince your only son to die for our sins, but you couldn't hook up a Kanye West beat?
Where do you guys?
Library? Airport?
Airport bathroom.
Airport library. Oh, so you do? Oh, man. Boy, what do you do? Chair?
What?
Chair or bed?
Oh, he doesn't do it. He finds it disgusting.
I just hold it in. That's why I'm always shaking.
Oh, really? I don't really
Other
keep
people's
track.
beds.
There's too many to count.
thinking about is how your friends.
I love to do comedy. I love to do it. One of my favorite things in the world, for those of you who aren't comedians, there's a space between the jokes where you're just so alone up here, and laughter doesn't exist, and you'll never see your family again. And in that space, people will say really dumb in an attempt to get to the next joke. And one of my favorite ones of those that I've ever heard was I was at the club. There's a guy, he's an older comedian. He's telling some joke, and he gets kind of halfway through it, and he's like, I'm getting older. Anybody else getting older? Yeah. Literally everyone on the planet is growing older right now. What the are you talking about? That doesn't make you sound like a stand-up comedian when you say that. It makes you sound like a vampire trying to fit in with humans by doing stand-up comedy. Like at that point, you might as well come out and be like, is everyone else growing old at a normal human rate? Anyone else living a life unprolonged by dark forces, as I am? You're losing them, Mikhail.
Nathan Lund, everybody. Nathan!
Yeah, I don't have any money. That's why I live. That's why I haven't moved away from here yet. I'm hoping to make a little bit of money, though, with a product I've invented. Hopefully you guys will see it in stores soon. Clear mustard is what I've invented. That's right, clear mustard. And before you ask why the hell I wasted my time developing clear mustard, how about I ask all of you a question? When's the last time you enjoyed a hot dog while wearing your favorite shirt? Yeah, never. I knew it. You've never done it before because you're always afraid of the possibility of the mustard stain. Not anymore, baby. Clear mustard. Both of these jackets are covered in mustard right now. And you had no idea. Yeah, so it's good. It's pretty good. So yeah, check it out if you see it in stores. Clear mustard. I'm calling it ham sanitizer. So check it out.
Please welcome one of my favorite comics, Stephen A.J. Yes, how is it? Okay. What did the goat say to the elephant? Don't eat the cheese. I'm kidding, they don't speak the same language. Okay. What do you call a horse with stripes? Horses don't have stripes. Okay. A man with one arm and one leg goes to the store to buy a TV. The salesman says, "What happened to your arm and your leg?" The man says, "I lost it in a war." The man asks, "What war are you speaking of?" "The machete war." Anyway, the man asks, "How much is the TV going to cost me?" And the salesman looks at him and says, "You don't want to know." Okay. I'm just with y'all, man. Hey, my friend Brent Gill, everyone.
Sam is representing us, a lot of us on the show. And how did he decide to do it at 4 o'clock today? With a 2-liter plastic gravity bong.
I've been too high this whole time.
Everyone's a little too high. It's the altitude. And I'm so happy to be in Denver with all these beautiful people. Even though I feel like I could never really have a full conversation without it going to space. I love it.
Tonight was a dream come true. All my friends were here. A bunch of Denver comedy fans were here. Everyone was hilarious. No one ate. And I'm pretty lit. I'm so tired. So tired. Oh, yeah. I left it all in the field.
Gravity bong, man.
It was like
and I'm still melted. You know what I'm talking about?